Hello and welcome everybody to Sunday Live with Sylvia. It is I, Sylvia, welcoming you from wherever you are and hoping you're having a wonderful day, a fine night, anywhere in time and space. And I'm looking forward to our topic today, which is going to be all about fun. Ooh, fun. What a cool thing. Yeah. So the reason the topic is fun is because of something that sort of occurred to me whilst I was doing my latest work of modern energy art, which you can see behind me. And that is my magic carpet, which is kind of groovy. It looks nice. It looks better in real life and looks amazing in the sunshine. Yeah. So I used to think art was fun. I guess until I made that one. And then I started to wonder what my definition of fun actually could possibly be, because that was one hell of a struggle, actually. Good morning, Julie. Bright and sparkling morning to you too. We are in the depths of holiday season. And yeah, this is a story of my life. More on that later as well. Just a quick mention. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'm going to 23rd of August. That's Monday. Yeah, I'm going to be an astonishing 62 years old. Wow. Honestly, never thought I was going to make it that far. And I'm going to have a special birthday live stream tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock UK time. And I am inviting you most heartily to come along and partake of some autogenic cake and autogenic champagne, which is not the same as virtual cake and champagne. And I'm hoping there will also be lots of the gifts going both ways. And perhaps there'll be sort of a gift bag for you to take home afterwards as well, trying to encourage people to join in. It'll be wonderful to see you there. And of course, a replay will be available, but that will not be the same thing. So if you can make it tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, I would be delighted to welcome you to my online birthday party. Good morning, Marianne. Hello, my dear. Had a funny ride on my carpet this morning. Yes, I posted a link to the page to do some fun and games with that. It's quite interesting. In English, a magic carpet is called a magic carpet. In German, it's called a flying carpet. Now, I believe that you can do more with a magic carpet than just flying on it. Although, obviously, that's really cool, flying your magic carpets through time and space and all the multifold dimensions. But yeah, I reckon you could just sit on it and cast a spell or wrap yourself in it and something interesting might happen. You might roll yourself up in it and be carried to the feet of someone and then rolled out in all your beauty and glory. I think that there's a lot of things that can be done with a magic carpet. Good morning, dear Ilka. Hello, my dear. Wonderful. Wonderful to see you here with me. Excellent. Thank you for yeah. It is quite something, the magic carpet. And it is the reason for why the topic today is about fun. I'm seriously starting to wonder what my definition of fun might be. That's what we are going to be chatting about today. And so while I'm getting into that, I'd like you to just reflect, possibly in the back of your mind as we're going along, on things that you do for fun. The thing is this, I used to do art to, relax myself and to have a good time and to escape from whatever was going on in my life at the time. And that's always been like that as a child, as soon as I got a bit of peace and quiet, I'd do some kind of art, make a sculpture or paint something or just doodle and draw, whatever, something like that. Wonderful, relaxing, great fun, real good fun with all the sparkling colors and the possibilities and wonderful stories coming into your head about things while you're dealing with that. And so from 1990 onwards, I was taking kind of a slightly different approach. I reckon the first exhibition I've ever had something to do with that, so that instead of art being fun, it became sort of, oh, you are an artist now, so it's got to be all meaningful. And I've been fighting this over the years, big time. I have been fighting this over the years as best as you can fight such things. Just saying good morning to Ravensweaver. Good morning, my dear. And Pan. Hello, Pan. Fun should always be, that's quite fun. I'm going to, okay. Fun should always be taken seriously. Well, yes. Well, anyway, so we're moving on here through time, and I'm beginning to realize, of course, as I'm going through my research and stuff, that modern energy art is super important in the greater scheme of things, in stepping into this wonder world of energy. When you start doing things with 6 senses instead of 5, and you're starting to actively create energy objects in the heart. And so this is what I consider art to be, is that you take something out of your head and then you make it into an object of some kind. And then you have got an object in the heart, something that other people can see and touch and read the energy back off that. Read the energy back off that. And this last piece, reading the energy back, that the artist has put in and encoded in shapes and colors, this last piece has gotten lost in that terrible time of reductionist materialism that we've been living in, where everything is just hard and there is no such thing as energy. And that doesn't make any sense. And it never makes any sense. But in art, if you don't have energy and intention and an object that transmits energy above all else, that affects people's energy bodies, you've just lost the point of it. What's the point? There's no point left to it. I could go on a diatribe, but I shan't, my darling people. Good morning, Goulet. Hello there from Antalya. Hello, Goulet. Lovely to meet you. I'm talking about art and energy. And art and energy is just, good grief, How the hell do people even do art without energy? I don't understand it. Anyway, so I've been having a lot of fun with art and making things that I want to bring more into my life or into the world. Making paintings about happiness, about solving problems, about inspiration, all sorts of sort of positive things. And then this idea came to me just after I finished the UFO to make this magic carpet. And this wasn't fun. I tell you, this was not fun. I knew what I was going to make, and I knew what it looked like. I knew how to make it. Difficult, but just doable at the edges of my ability, physical, technical ability. But my God, that was an effort. The amount of, energy that took to make that painting behind me is indescribable, really indescribable, the amount of energy I put into that. And it went on for 3 weeks, and I ended up completely exhausted with it. And, questioning, what are you doing? What you're supposed to be raising energy in your life to become a better person. That's the whole idea of modern energy, is that we get energy higher. And yet you've engaged in this activity that is just draining your energy away, like there was a black hole on the table. That took so much energy to do. And it's just kind of weird, you know. Good morning, Janine, my dear. Hello. Yeah, and it drained me. I've hardly had any energy left to do anything else. Um, Obviously, I did my work as you're supposed to do in between there, interspersed, but it's really been a huge energy drain to make this thing there behind me, the magic carpet. And so I'm beginning to question, what is fun? What is that? What is fun for you? Good morning, Carol Ann. Yes, question to each one of you here. Please answer this in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, type it down in the comments below the video. What is fun for you? And when we actually look at that, what people are doing for fun, it doesn't seem to have an awful lot to do with jumping around, dancing and laughing. And it doesn't. My partner, for fun, restores old motorbikes. And so he's got workshop in the garden, and he goes to do the thing that his fun thing that he does for fun. And then you hear clanging and clattering and shouting and expletives and all sorts of things. And then when he's done, he comes back and he's like covered in oil, completely exhausted, and complains of a backache. And I'm like, did you have fun? And he's like, oh yeah, great day. Wow, you know, yeah. And that sort of made me think. That made me think about fun. It's painful. It's clearly strenuous. It's difficult. It's challenging. It hurts. Exhausts you at the end. But it was fun. And I like that. I think that my assessment that making this painting wasn't fun is incorrect because I have the wrong idea of fun. I think I have the wrong idea of fun. I think if a little bit of time pass and somebody asks me, so, you know, how was the making of the magic carpet? How was that for you? And in 10 years, if I live that long, in 10 years, I look back on it and I'm like, going, oh, it's amazing. One of the most intense creative experiences I've ever had. It was a struggle, but in those 3 weeks, I had the most amazing dreams. I was dreaming of geometric patterns and all sorts of things, flying and sort of strange, rearranged hierarchies, all sorts of things. It was really amazing. It was an amazing experience, amazing artistic experience, highlight of my life. And yeah, me just saying that, that's what I'm going to say. I know this already, I'm going to say that. And yet, just coming out of the experience, I said, well, God almighty, I never want to do that again. That was so strenuous. Isn't that weird? Isn't that interesting? I heard one guy saying, you know, what do you do for fun? And he said, I climb mountains. And then added, did the Himalayas last year. And I was like, you must be joking. That is so painful and so strenuous over such a long period of time. How can that possibly be fun? Huh. Well, I wonder if the challenge aspect of it, is one of the reasons why I did this thing there behind me for fun. Well, let's see what the chat's saying here. So Janine says, Her idea of fun is camping and swimming in rivers. Okay, well, with the camping thing, that's also not all fun and games. I am having memories of erecting a tent in a violent rainstorm and high winds. And my God, that was a struggle trying to, get the pegs in and get it down. It was just absolutely crazy. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Hmm. Yeah. Marianne's saying, riding my bike in the mornings, dancing and singing. Well, that's a nice activity. That's a fun activity. Yep. They are all, it seems to be, they are quite devoid of any pain and suffering and screaming and shouting expletives and, having to jump up and down and tear your hair out. Those are nice, positive, fun activities. I commend you for those, Marianne. Let's see what Ilka's saying. I believe fun depends on the energy and the flow of energy. What is fun depends on what makes us sparkle or relax, or what we just enjoy to feel. Well, perhaps the way me and the Himalayan guy and my partner are doing fun are just wrong then. Perhaps we're doing the wrong kind of fun. If we're, a part of the fun is to struggle and face challenges and try and overcome challenges and fail miserably. and wear yourself out in the struggle and just flail around and kick and scream. Perhaps we're just having the wrong idea of fun. I don't know. It's at to say I'm asking the questions here. So I'm asking the questions here. I don't actually have the answer to this. What is fun? And how we each define that or experience that. Experience it at the time, or then later with hindsight, like with my painting, which I'm experiencing or experienced as being just really a hard struggle. Good grief. And I wished many times I hadn't even begun to involve myself in that. And in hindsight, 10 years from now, I'll be like, oh, it's one of the most greatest experiences of my life. Okay, let's see what Janine says. Challenging rather than struggle, and you rise to it. True. Yeah, a challenge. It's a challenge. But there's a fine line between challenge and struggle. And there we could come back to what Ilka is saying, is that when your challenge turns into a furious struggle, you're probably too low on the energy chart. You've been, you sunk down too much and it's no longer a challenge and it's become a struggle. That makes sense. Marianne. This is the lady with the pain-free fun. Possibly a role model for me. I'm a strict pain avoider. Yes, I think that's a very good thing, Marianne. I think really this is a very, very good thing, because pain is how God tells us when we get it wrong. When we've done something wrong, this is our feedback from the universe. And it's the sort of pain you get in your foot after you stepped on a nail. You've done that wrong. You've made a mistake. Okay, let's just think of some other stuff you do for fun. What else do you do for fun? Well, one of my ideas of fun is to write a story or a poem. This I enjoy. It's an activity that I enjoy very much, and there is little technical struggle with it, which I like, because I'm a very experienced writer and author. And so I figured that out how it works. I'm good at it, So that sets me then free to just do whatever I like with it. I can go wherever I want. I can evoke the energies that I want to evoke easily and come confidently and just dance and play with it. which is quite different from this hard struggle with scissors and glue and size and resin and materials and gravity and all this irritating stuff in the hard. But yeah, look, as I'm telling about all this pain and suffering, I'm actually smiling. And this is something I'd like you to look out for in your daily lives, in your daily ongoings. It's when somebody tells a story of some kind of catastrophe or disaster, but they're actually grinning from ear to ear as they're telling it. I used to be quite amazed by that when I first noticed this. We had a lady in the dog training club who used to come in every week with some horror story. Something horrible had happened to one of her dogs or one of her other animals or to her boyfriend. And she'd be like grinning from one ear to the other, beaming as she's telling just how many stitches the boyfriend needed or how the cat had to have its tail amputated. And eventually I kind of came to the conclusion that she was doing this for attention, because she used to have this circle of people going around, standing around her and looking at her and going, oh, isn't it terrible? You poor thing. Oh, no. And she was like in the center there with beaming with happiness. And I thought, oh, what a very unhealthy way to get attention. Perhaps that factors into it somewhere. Perhaps if I said that it was so easy to make that painting behind me, then people wouldn't appreciate the struggle. Nobody knows the struggles I've seen. Let's see. Ilka's saying, I have fun with things, activity, people I'm really able to connect with. Yeah, fun is a funny thing, isn't it? It really is a funny thing. What that actually is. What is fun to do? I mean, what other words might you guys suggest here? Another word for fun to use in this context. Different way of expressing this. Different ways of expressing things. Is fun an activity that simply raises us up on the energy chart? Anything we do that makes us feel stronger, more powerful inside, wakes us up, expands our awareness, all these things like take us out of stress. I just had an idea. What if fun is when you are kind of closer to who you really are than you're otherwise forced to be? That you're somehow closer to your true self, and that the closer you get, the more fun it becomes. That there's some activities that we can do, and I mean literally here in the heart, because that's really the problem. I mean, we can do anything in Sanctuary, absolutely anything in Sanctuary. I could have made that 3-week effort painting there behind me in under 3 seconds in Sanctuary, and it would have turned out better. This I promise, it would have turned out more perfect. It would have turned out more precise. It would have turned out really beautiful. There would be nothing wrong with it that I can now obsess over. But the thing was to make it in the hard. That was the challenge. Make this thing hard that you've seen in your head. Interesting. Interesting. Reality creation. This is really sweet. I love reading as it makes my brain glow. Beautiful, like that. Thank you very much for that, Ravensweaver. Susie, isn't it? Yeah, groovy. Ilka's saying, light. If you really have fun, you lose the notion of time and space. You feel yourself on a deeper level. Yes, that's sort of going in that direction of what I was saying, is that you kind of feel more like yourself. And now you guys all know that I stick by this. We find ourselves at +10. We're finding ourselves at +10, and that's the only place where we can get a sense of who we really are. So I am guessing that activities that we consider to be fun are getting there closer, using our abilities that we have and perhaps don't normally use in our hard lives. I'm not saying our lives are all terribly hard. I'm just saying these are the sort of daily grind, if you will, of all the things that need to be done in order to, sustain ourselves here. That's what I mean by that. Okay, just looking at the comments here. One of our viewers has coronavirus. Yes, that's not nice at all. And yeah, there's this healing time and this time of just making your physical body as comfortable as humanly possible and conserving all your energy for the healing process. That's of the essence. Now, I know when I'm ill, I do recorded meditations. So I put headphones on and let somebody talk to me about beautiful things. So I don't have to worry about anything. I can go into that. It really relaxes my body and gives it the best chance to fight any illness or disease. It also helps with going to sleep. This is just what I do when I'm ill or in hospital or something like that, and I know I need to just totally relax and give the body the best encouragement I can so that it heals, is to just chill out. I just put the headphones on, put the energy hypnosis tapes on, and done. Done. Takes care of it. And it's helpful. It's a good thing to be doing. And I could consider that having fun in sanctuary. I find that to be good. It's very, very much, yes. I hope you will get better soon, and I send you my love and best wishes. That's interesting. Hello, Elinda. Full moon greetings. Ooh, yes, of course it is, isn't it? Is it a blue moon even today? Yeah, cool. I feel I need more fun in my life, but I have associated it with laughter. Perhaps it's when time moves fast while we're involved in creating or connecting deeply with others. That's exactly right. That's what Ilka said too. And it's kind of where I was going with that fun is when we get to be more ourselves. We get closer to what or who we really are and are expressing this in some kind of activity. That would be actually quite a useful working definition for it. And I understand, Linda, I understand why you've directly connected fun with laughter, because fun is funny, that is it. Funny, laughing, ha ha. But in the greater scheme of things, and because we just don't have another word for that, we're using this word fun for, well, climbing the Himalayas. Not so much laughter there. Possibly, no, no. Once you get to base camp, there's no more laughter amongst people at the end of the day because they can hardly breathe, never mind laugh. Fun, but they still think what they're doing is fun, so it's kind of groovy. Yes. Yes, I was just thinking of you there. I've ride my motorbike for fun and relaxation, also a huge stress believer. And this is particularly interesting because I feel that when you're riding a motorbike or you're driving a car, your attention is really fully engaged on the process. And you are inside that process. You're not sort of sitting back and watching it go by at a distance. You're inside that process. And somehow this is giving an idea of what it should feel like to walk down the street as well. That engaged in the process, that focused on everything around, that wide expanded awareness and the connection with intuition, everything that you need to be a good motorcycle rider. That might be, and this is quite curious because I feel I'm sort of winding my way around to a point of this. I'm learning something here from us all. So I'm thinking that the things that are fun for us, that we think are fun, whether it is pitching a tent in a gale or thrashing around with painting that is just challenging as hell, or riding a motorcycle, or swimming in a frozen river. Yikes. A lot of people think that sort of thing's fun. Or fly fishing, sitting on a riverbank for 12 hours straight. That one eludes me, but a lot of people swear by it and say it's wonderful fun. But what I'm saying is the state that we inhabit when we are having fun, whatever the hell that is, perhaps these are meant to be an example or a goal that we're supposed to take back into our hard lives and aspire that our hard lives should be more like that. And that's how to have more fun in our hard lives. Rather than stopping our activities, whatever they may be, and stepping away and then having fun, to kind of learn how to bring that, whatever that is, into your daily life more, so that daily life becomes more fun in that way. Am I making sense to you guys? Just realize the most fun I have is when I'm dowsing with my pendulum alone or with others, so it doesn't have to be alone. Connecting with my higher self, perhaps. Aha! Yes. Well, that would go with my theory that, so what we have here is connecting with your higher self by the use of the pendulum. What if we were to say, perhaps the goal is to connect more with your higher self in whatever way this is possible or useful to you in your daily life, like washing up when you're connected with your higher self, or, I don't know, talking to an irksome relative when you're connected more with your higher self. Perhaps those activities could then also be more fun. How fascinating. I'm just reminded of my, I grew up in a public house, and we used to have to peel an awful lot of potatoes from a small child onwards. There'd be like a ton of potatoes, a huge sack of potatoes, 25 kilos, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 200 pounds, something like that. And the sack of potatoes was put in the middle, and people got a big pot each, and then you started peeling potatoes until the sack was empty. And my mother uttered the immortal words, "Why don't you make a game of it and pretend it's fun?" Now, my young aspect didn't like that, I will say, and rebelled mightily, but still ended up doing the potatoes. In the context of what we were talking about, if you could have your higher self completely connected with you whilst peeling your potatoes, it could send you an endless stream of amusement or something, and also speed up your dexterity in the potato peeling process. So, good God, where are we going here this morning? Let's have a look. Ilka saying, maybe we are searching a special emotion energy state that we learn to get out of an activity. Yes. Yes, I think the things that we do for fun are big goalposts of how things should be more like in our other activities, whatever they may be. That there is something there. You're choosing to do that, you're getting something out of it, and you should be getting that out of everyday stuff as well. It shouldn't be exclusive to the fun activities. What is it about this that is fun, and can we port that back into our daily lives? Like the idea of talking to an irksome relative whilst being connected with your highest self. Possibly to start with, just playing with a little pendulum while you're having that conversation to make the bridge. Could be really interesting. Is the fun of climbing the Himalayas more like exhilaration? It's hard work. It's really hard work for the body. It's really pushing the body like crazy. And it is very, very, very difficult. Challenging, super challenging. It's a high, high challenge. I don't know. I couldn't say. I have never been that fit that I would have even attempted that, really. It is an enigma to me. But on the bright side, see, look, we're all different people. We all have different life experiences, different souls, different soul journeys, all sorts. Just different. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own things they do for fun and their own lessons they might learn from that to port back into your other lives. Like something that I often see is these people who climb the Himalayas. One of the big benefits, even though they don't like to say it, is that they're not at home with the wife and the family or the husband and the children. That they're not at home, having to be at home with their family. And that somehow this, being not at home with your family, gives you this space of being somebody else that you can't be when you're around them, or a sense of accomplishment that you can't have when you're with your family. That this is why I'm thinking we probably should look to our fun activities to see what we can take from that and learn from that and bring it back into the other parts of life that are interspersed before we can have the real fun again. If I'm making sense here. I'm sort of making sense to myself. Martin asks, would you separate fun from enjoyment? Enjoyment. Well, again, we are all different people. We enjoy different things. You know, a sadist enjoys different things from a masochist, to put it as simple as that. So just really enjoy that. I think really enjoying something, I like that term, enjoy. It's like injecting joy. You know, something that you enjoy brings joy to you. That's a good thing. Something that you enjoy brings you joy, that raises you on the energy chart, makes you happier, makes you stronger, fitter, more resilient against illness, disease, and all sorts of misery. So, yeah, enjoyment. A lot of times I think the words that we use in language, they're just little metaphors, you know, they're like shortcuts. Like LOL, laughs out loud. Fun might just be a shortcut for a great big, much bigger range of experiences. So yeah, cool. That was fun. Thinking about fun and not having all the answers for a change today was fun. I enjoyed that very much. And I think I feel as though I gained something from this discussion with your help, particularly to pay more attention of when I have fun, what kinds of fun I have, how that feels, what that's like. why that is good, why it's enjoyable, what is it about that that makes it feel so good. Just learning ourselves, learning more about ourselves, I think is the key to all personal development, And for me in particular, this fun thing, I think I need to repair the divides that have come into existence between me working or me being something in the hard, and then having these small spaces where I can have fun. And as soon as something else happens or something comes in or work starts or something like that, fun stops. Boom. No more fun now. You have to wait until another little opportunity presents itself when you can run away and have more fun. And I feel that's essentially wrong. I feel that there should be a connecting golden thread of fun that runs like a lifeline through all the activities that we do, and we can hang on to in moments of crisis and return to easily when things go weird or wrong. Cool. Is there anything else you guys would like to add or say to this? I hope this was interesting for a change and useful, because normally I know what I'm going to say and I know what I'm talking about and I know what I want to say, but this is an absolute, just an exploration for me. Possibly might be something to do with the whole being German, that I haven't really thought much about fun, to be fair. I really haven't thought that much about it. This is true. But fun is certainly one of those wonderful gifts we find in the wonder world of energy. On the other side of that great divide there, past the horrible point of zero when we wake up, fun starts to exist there when it doesn't exist at all below zero, or anybody who's trying to have some fun or even trying to be funny is beaten down with sticks because they're not serious enough. Cool. Oh, wonderful. Right, so I will charge you guys with paying attention to fun. The fun you're having, the fun other people are having this week, and just play with it and see if we learn something more. And if you have any insights or thoughts on the topic, by all means post them to our groups and let's continue the conversation, because I think there's something valuable and important about the things that bring us fun. And I'm thinking if we could unlock that more, life would just be sparklier and a whole lot more fun. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me this morning. Ilka, I'm going to answer your question in the comments, because I actually went to a translation site because I asked myself that question. How would you exactly translate fun into German myself? Right, guys, thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Please come along and join my birthday party live stream tomorrow night, Monday, the 23rd of August at 8 o'clock. I would love to see you there, and we're going to have lots of fun. Have a great week. Lots of love to you all, and I'll see you next week for Sunday Live with Sylvia. Bye for now. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to have some fun.